First thing you're going to want to do is locate the Microsoft Excel icon on your desktop. Should be a little green icon with an X on it. Double click to open it. We're going to want to locate our file from the other day, so you can go to the Open, or you can go to File and go to the Recent tab, and you should see the name of the file that you used recently that you saved. If you don't, go to that folder and look for it. You can go to the folder and go to Open, the same thing. Go to your documents and look for the file that you saved the other day. Okay, you should have entered your class schedule on the first tab, and a list of your belongings and their estimated value on the second tab. We're going to begin with the class schedule formatting. First thing we're going to do is we're going to bold the words in cell A3 and B3. So I'm going to highlight A3 and B3. We're going to use the Home tab, click the bold button. It says to change the font of the data to a variety of fonts. So I'm going to choose my first and last name. A variety, I would guess, would be more than several fonts. I'm going to do Cooper Black. I'm going to choose class schedule. I'm going to change that to yet another font type. Just using my Home tab. The directions are also to change the font color of the data. So again, I'm going to select my first and last name. Go to the Home tab, change the font color. I'm going to choose a variety of font colors for my data. Just as an example, you don't have to use the same colors. It says to change the fill color of the cells. So I'm going to do all these one. You can alternate. It doesn't have to be just like mine. I'm going to use the paint can to fill. Remember, you can also use the Format Cells dialog box and go to the Fill tab for the fill. If you want those special fill effects, you can also do patterns. There's different styles of patterns if you want to get really high tech. How about a green? You do little dots. I don't know. That's probably hard to see. And I'm going to do the other ones. More colors. How about a bright yellow? Maybe if I don't like that, I can change this to alternating color. I'm just going to choose a variety of colors so you can get an idea. Okay. Then it says to centers the numbers 1 through 8. So I'm going to highlight the numbers 1 through 8. I'm going to find the center under the alignment group. Find that center button. Click that. It should center your numbers. And it also says to select the data and apply a border. So I'm noticing that this is hanging over the side. So if I need to adjust the width, remember you go to the line between the column letters, click and drag. You make your column a little bit wider as needed to fit all your information. Okay, I'm going to do a border now. So I'm going to highlight the bottom part. You can go to your borders button on your Home tab in the font group, or you can use the Format Cells dialog box and go to the border tab. Either one will work. I'm going to change the color just to make it really obnoxiously obvious that I'm changing it. I'll do a red. I'm going to do a dashed. I'm going to do outline and inside so that you can see it's very apparent that I've put borders. And then if you want to, you can also put a border around the other portions. You don't have to of your table. So that's one table formatted. We're going to move on to the Belongings tab. You should have created a list of at least 8 belongings and their estimated value. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to format the numbers for currency because we're dealing with money here. So like the notes, Going to go the numbers group. You can pick from the shortcuts here, or you can open the whole format cells and pick which one's appropriate. We're going to go for currency. I don't think we really need any decimal places, so I'm going to put 0 decimal places, and then I'm going to click OK. So now we know we have a $sign that we're dealing with some money here. Then it says to change the font of all data to Comic Sans. I'm going to highlight the whole thing. I'm going to change it. I'm going to locate under the font drop down menu. I'm going to look for Comic Sans. And then it says also to change the title, My Belongings, to size 14 bold. So I'm going to change that. Again, this is all formatting. I'm going to bold it. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see everything still. Okay, now you'll notice that this is overlapping. Now in this case, I don't want to make the column A wider. I want to center across column A and B. So we're going to do what's called a merge and center. That's also here under the alignment. So I'm going to select cell A1 and B1. I'm going to hit the merge and center button, and it's going to merge that into one cell, and it's going to center it. So it makes a nice title across that list of information. Next direction is to change the font color of the data to other than black. So I'm just going to pick a different color, maybe a purple, and maybe I'll change this to a variety of colors. Okay, now it says to add a fill color to the cells. So I'm going to do these ones all one fill. Let's see, how about something that contrasts with the purple, like a bright yellow. And these ones, I'm going to open that Format Cells dialog box because I like the fill effect options. I'm going to do 2 colors. How about, let's do more colors. How about a bright green and a yellow? And I like from the center. Okay, so I'm going to unselect it. So you can see I have a different fill. Then it says to select the data and apply a border. The border button is in the font group. So I'm using my home tab right here. Here's the border button. You can also get to there by clicking that little tiny square, opens the Format Cells, and go to the border tab. A lot of different ways to add a border. So I'm going to choose, how about a dark green, maybe even darker than that. I'm just going to do a line dash. I'm going to do outline and inside, just so that you can easily see the border that I've applied. So after all this has been changed, you'll see that the data is still the same data, but the format or the appearance of the data is very different. Now, of course, yours are going, I did this really quickly, yours are going to look different than mine. So once again, here's the class schedule, and here's the belongings. You need to save your changes to the document, and if you are finished, the teacher has one more assignment for you, an additional formatting assignment. So once again, this independent practice should have had you practice the number, alignment, font, border, and fill formatting of your data.